Welcome to day one of the Strong Booty Challenge. Today's exercise is the squat. This is a staple exercise that everyone should be doing at any age. It's a natural movement that human beings do. We squat to go to the bathroom, right? We squat to sit down and stand back up. And we squat when we climb the pole. So I'm going to be showing you some variations of this exercise. Now, y'all know there are so many different ways to do a squat. We can load the bar on your back for a barbell back squat. You can take the bar to the front for a barbell front squat. You can do various machine squats, dumbbell squats with dumbbells by your side, goblet squats holding a kettlebell or a dumbbell in front of you, plie squats, body weight squats, jump squats. There's so many ways that you can do them. And I just wanted to share how fantastic this exercise is for you. Try it in the gym or try it at home with dumbbells or even body weight and see how it feels. I'd love for you to try to do 2 to 3 sets of about 12 to 15 reps. Now, if you're using your body weight or very light weights, go up to like 25 reps and really challenge yourself. You are going to want to make sure that when you're squatting, stepping on my weights, that you're sitting back naturally, like you're sitting in a chair. You're not letting your knees buckle in or wobble outward, that they're staying naturally straight, and that you find a neutral, natural foot position for you. And that's going to be guided by how you walk. If you walk turned out, you'll probably want to squat slightly turned out. If you're a little pigeon-toed when you walk or run, you may want to take a straighter squat. Go down as far as you can naturally, how it feels good, and come back up without over-exaggerating the booty squeeze. You want to stand up and feel like you're zipping up as you stand up through your inner thighs. Do some squats. Email me back, tell me what squat you did and how you liked it, and that'll be your first entry into the challenge. See you tomorrow. If you choose the barbell squat, make sure that the barbell is resting on the traps, not on the neck. So that'll mean squeezing the shoulder blades together and making a little ridge for the barbell to rest on. You're going to sit back like you're sitting in a chair and keep the weight balanced evenly between your feet. Dumbbell squats are a great alternative to barbell squat and can be done with 2 dumbbells at your sides, like I'm showing here, 1 dumbbell up at your chest for more of a goblet squat, or you can even hold the dumbbells up on your shoulders, mimicking the barbell squat. You're going to keep the abdominals nice and tight and sit back like you're sitting in a chair, balancing the weight between both feet. It's day 2 of the Strong Booty Challenge, and today is all about lunges. Now, I started doing lunges back in the mid-90s or so, and they were always one of my favorite exercises to feel my glutes really working. I discovered early on that lunges worked for me. There's a couple of reasons I like them so much. A, I always feel them in my butt. B, they're a unilateral movement, meaning one leg at a time. So you can really find the imbalances in the leg and glute muscles when you're doing that. And C, it helps with balance and coordination, right? So we can squat like we did yesterday. We're very stable with 2 feet on the floor. But when we start to lunge and start moving through these single leg movements, game changer. So not only are we building our booty, but we're helping build all those stabilizers. Great for cupids and all kinds of leg hangs and just all of those things that we do on the pole as well. Now, you can do a variety of different kinds of lunges. There's the reverse lunge. There's the forward lunge. There's the side lunge. Ooh, the curtsy lunge. And you can do them with barbells, kettlebells, dumbbells, body weight, elevated front foot, elevated back foot. There's a million ways you can do it. Today I'm going to show you 2. A barbell Smith machine reverse lunge, and then some lunge variations you can do at home. Go for 2 to 3 sets of, I'd say, 10 to 15 on each leg. And make sure to keep the tummy nice and tight so we're not arching and we're not scooping. Give them a go. Let me know what you think. This first lunge variation is a reverse Smith machine lunge. Notice that the bar is placed across my traps in the same way as the barbell lunge. Now, with a Smith machine lunge, you're going to want to step forward just a bit before you start lunging back. Step back with one leg, keeping the hips even. Bend into the leg without touching the back knee to the floor, and then driving back up through the front foot. Keep the weight balanced through the entire foot, not just in the heel. If you're not training in the gym, or you don't like the Smith machine or a barbell, grab a set of dumbbells and you can do the same reverse lunge here, keeping the abdominals nice and tight, stepping back onto the ball of the foot and dropping all the way down till the knee just about touches the floor. Or you can do a forward lunge, and it's the same thing except you're stepping forward. Now you're pushing off the ball of the front foot, so you may feel a little bit more quadriceps or front thigh in this exercise. Hey everyone, coming at you with day 3 of the Body by Fran Strong Booty Challenge. And today we're talking about deadlifts. Now, you can do deadlifts just like squats and lunges. You can do them with a barbell, with dumbbells. You can do them at home. You can do them at the gym. But there's also some other varieties of deadlifts, kind of different from squatting. It's not just about where you place the bar. We can do a traditional deadlift, which is picking a heavy barbell up off the floor and standing straight up and extending through the hips. Or a Romanian deadlift, which is more of a bent leg hinging position that hits more hamstrings and glutes. You can do a straight leg deadlift, which is what we're talking about today. And that is just as it seems. The legs remain straight. They don't bend as you move at all. And the reason we're doing the straight leg deadlift today is because it strengthens the hamstrings in the lengthened position, which is what we as pole dancers need quite a bit of, especially when we're coming out of a Superman up into a Titanic or things along that line. So it is technically a booty exercise, but what's going to happen is we're going to strengthen those hamstrings up where they connect into the booty. Remember, training glutes isn't done in a vacuum. The rest of the body's working too, and especially the rest of the leg muscles. Now, I want to talk briefly, I've been saying in the last few videos, about keeping the weight balanced between both feet. And we want to keep the weight balanced between the heel and the ball mound of the toes. Right? Back in the day, if you were around for exercise in the 90s and 2000s, everyone said, sink your weight into your heels. Well, that's not so much anymore. For leg training, we want to balance that weight. And especially in the straight leg deadlift, we're going to want to not lean back into the heels, but actually shift the weight towards the toes a bit. And now what that'll do is open the pelvis a bit, lengthening the pelvic floor and lengthening the glutes, so that when you come back up, you're going to get a nice squeeze right here. Make sure you don't come up and hyperextend. Whichever exercise you choose, dumbbell or barbell, just come up right to here. Do 2 to 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps and let me know what you think. Now, if you get back pain, email me right away, message me right away, and let's take a look at it and fix it for you. That's day 3. In this barbell straight leg deadlift variation, you want to make sure that you're engaging or squeezing the pecs, the lats, and the serratus anterior, all those under armpit muscles before you begin the movement. Keep that locked and loaded and keep the back flat and the abdominals pressed inward as you shift the hips backwards. The weight is going to be balanced more towards the balls of the feet than the heels. As you come up, try not to hyperextend. Just come up and squeeze the glutes. For the home version, the cues are the same. We're going to want to do the same thing with the dumbbells. Lock and load the upper body, pecs, lats, serratus. Don't just let the arms hang and swing willy-nilly. Keep the weights close to the legs with the barbell, with the dumbbells. Hips sink back. Weight centered through the whole foot with an emphasis on the front of the foot. For today's exercise, we're doing hip thrusts. Now, I'm sure you've seen this exercise all over the interweb because it builds big booties. And the fitness world loves a big booty these days. But it's an excellent exercise for building strength and power through hip extension and for things like casts, right? Handsprings, all that kind of fun, dynamic movement. I'm also including a glute bridge in this as well because this variation works better for my body. For some people who tend to overarch and really have a hard time coming from anterior to neutral, a hip thrust can be painful. So the glute bridge takes out some of that lumbar movement because you're laying on the floor. So you're going to see a hip thrust done on a machine that elevates your back. You're going to want to put your shoulder blades on that machine. And as you drive up, turn the tailbone down and squeeze neutral. Don't hyperextend and don't throw. So just a nice squeeze at the top. Same thing if you're doing it in the home version with your back against the chair. The chair is going to come right up to about the shoulder blades. Squeeze. Now for the glute bridge, the barbell version is on the floor. And you're going to use that pad, because it's going to hurt, right at the hip here. And same thing, you're going to drive up without arching. And you're going to come from neutral and lift up. Notice how my glutes engage there? Boom. Lift. And I've given you the option on the floor as well where you can take some dumbbells to your hip crease and do them that way. Pick one or try them both and do 3 sets of 12 to 15. If you get back pain in here, let me know so we can go over what to do to try to find a position that works best for you. That's our hip thrust and glute bridge. Okay, this first exercise is a machine hip thrust. You want that pad to be positioned at the crease in the hip joint. I like to put my hands behind my head here. It helps take the strain off my lower back. Use a position that works best for you. As you step up, engage the glutes, place the feet about hip width apart, and press through the entire foot, not just the heel. Drop the hips as low as you can, and then squeeze up comfortably without hyperextending. The same can be done at home. We're using dumbbells and a chair. Now I'm kind of tiny, so I have to lift myself up to get my bra strap area on the chair. Adjust as needed. So I've got my bra strap area on the chair. I've got my weights on my hips. I drop the hips down and push back up, same as I did on the machine. Now notice my feet are a little awkward here. You're going to want your feet to be lined up evenly, not askewed like mine are. All right, y'all, this is the barbell glute bridge, one of my favorites because I can go a lot heavier. You see that here. And I don't hyperextend through my lower back easily, so I get no back pain. You really want to push through the entire foot and drive upward and hold at the top here. Here's the glute bridge version at home. Taking the dumbbells right into that hip crease, we're going to place the feet comfortably behind your glutes. Play around with that to see where it feels the best. Moving your feet can move the feeling into the hamstrings or into the glutes. Note, try not to hyperextend in any of these movements. Get a nice, long, flat. Welcome to day 5 of the Strong Booty Challenge. I'm sitting here getting a little bit of a stretch on because all of this glute work has got me feeling tight. Don't forget to stretch after you train. Lengthened glutes fire better. I'm going to take my peanut and hit my side butt a little bit too when I'm done here. This is a great tool for keeping your hips nice and loose and open. Before we begin our last exercise of the series, just a reminder that in order to enter the challenge officially, you need to do all 5 exercises and then email me how many sets and reps you did, what variation you did, what you liked about it, what you felt, any of that, and any questions you may have so that I can answer those for you. And then you'll get 1 entry. If you choose to share some of your training to Instagram or Facebook, tag me, and that'll give you 1 additional entry. Again, we've got a Strong Booty program with $199 customized, and some pole shorts from Wicked Cowgirl, and they are official Bad Kitty shorts. All right, I'm going to switch sides here. We're on to exercise number 5. Now you might be saying, well, this is like a lot of information. So how do I sequence all these exercises together? I'm going to talk about that a little bit in a follow-up video once we're done with the challenge. And you'll get that when I announce the winners. But for now, I would say to find those exercises that are the hardest for you, those are going to be the ones you need the most. Today, let's jump right into it. Our last exercise is for the abductors. They abduct or take the leg away from the body, right? Adductors add and bring the leg inward. Abductors bring the leg outward. I've got a couple variations of the exercise. One is an at-home version with a mini band. You can do it without the band. There won't be as much feeling in it, but it's just great for activating the side body here. And there's a ton of variations of that exercise to do as well. It's called the clamshell. And then I'm using the abductor machine, opening outward and squeezing here. Great for our aerial splits. Hitting the glute medius and the glute minimus up in here, more for stability, for our splits, strong side butts for back bending, and all of that great stuff. If you find that you have trouble getting and feeling this area, back the weight down and see if you can't really squeeze using your side butt when you're on the machine, right? You want to really just and let that open up. If you're doing the clamshell, you can either do them on the floor or elevated like I showed, whatever works for you. Do 2 to 4 sets. Some of you are rocking 4 sets of exercises already. 2 to 4 sets of maybe 10 to 15. If you're doing clamshells on each side, right, you're going to have to do it both ways. And if you're on the machine, 10 to 15. If you're getting to 15 and it's feeling easy, put some weight on that bad boy. Some of these machines you can lean forward on, and some of them have you leaning back. It just hits the area slightly differently. I wouldn't obsess about it. That's it for the exercise. And I'll be back to share with you after you get all those entries in. I'll share the winners and the prizes, and I'll give you some idea of how to move forward with programming, either on your own or with my help. Thanks for playing, and get those entries in. Okay, here is your seated abduction machine. This is working the side butt, the glute medius and minimus. You can see I'm putting my hands on there now to feel the muscles working. Start light. I'm leaning forward because I want to hit a little bit more of the top glute shelf. If you lean back on this machine, you'll hit a little bit more of the side of the leg as well as the side butt. Keep your abs nice and tight, slow and controlled movements. Our at-home variation is a little bit different. This is an elevated clamshell. You can do the clamshells with your legs on the floor as well. This just gives you a little more juice. I like to use the band, but you can do it without as well, or you can actually place a dumbbell against your leg. So here's the floor version of that as well. And just do the one that feels the best for you. Make sure you do both sides, right? On the machine, you're hitting both at once. Here, you are hitting both sides in the elevation when you stabilize, but you still need to get that lift on the other side. And if you're doing the non-elevated regular clamshell, absolutely need to do both sides.